Welcome everyone. In this video, I will review the BZ-176, which is a new Tier 8 Chinese premium heavy tank. This tank is very controversial heavy tank. Now, I will say this why, and you have to watch this video before you want to buy this tank or to spend money on loot boxes to obtain this tank. So, why I'm saying this? Because Wargaming tried to balance this tank at a point where this tank is just a joke. I will say this straight. This is just a joke tank. And first, let's continue with the crew of this tank. We have here commander, gunner, driver, and loader. Let's talk about the gun of this tank. So first, we have here only one gun, which is a 160mm caliber gun with 750 alpha damage on the AP, which has only 208mm of base penetration value, and 800 alpha damage on HE shell, which has 225mm of base penetration value. So you want to go with this tank against tier 8, 9, and tanks frontally with this kind of penetration value. I mean, this HE, this is not enough. 208 and 225 for HE. This will just bounce off, or you will do 150 in the other enemy tank's turret. In a good case, 150. So yeah, this is just really bad. And let's go now and calculate exactly the DPM of this tank on regards of which ammunition type you will use. So the AP shell, with 650 of damage, you will have 1.6k DPM. If you shoot the HE with 8 of damage, you will have 2k DPM. I mean, in both cases, 2k DPM is just yeah, for a heavy tank it's okay, but it's an HE shell with 225 minutes of penetration value. I mean, how you want to pen the other enemy heavy tanks in the turret or in the hull with that kind of penetration value? It's not even enough for so many tanks on the lower plate. But let's continue. So as I said, 650 alpha damage, which can handle up to 813, and 800 alpha damage, which can handle up to 1000. The gun impression of this tank is 10 degree, which is good, and the elevation is 20 degree. The DPM, as I said, 1.6k, which is low, and 2k if you shoot HE. The gun of this tank, now this is just a big joke here. 0.44 dispersion value and 3.36 aim time. This kind of stats can go for an artillery. I'm not even joking here. This kind of stats are good. Some artilleries have similar stats to this. I mean, 0.44 really inaccurate. This is good only for close range, and 3.36 aim time. I mean, I can imagine how long you have to wait to fully aim. So the gun turret speed 30, actually good. Turn 6 to the defender, 30 turret faster than a defender, so that's a good point here. And the HP 1550, which is good armor. I will check at the end of this video, but this armor got balanced, but now it's just really nerfed. And you will see why I'm saying this. So this tank weighs in 57 ton with 600 horsepower in normal mode. If you press the turbo mode, you will have 1500 horsepower. And in the tank in normal mode goes with 30 km per hour forward speed and reverse 15, really slow. If you want to go with 45 km per hour forward speed and reverse speed is 1 km per hour, you have to press the turbo mode, the jet booster. You have 4 jet boosters per barrel, and one will last for 10 seconds. So for 10 seconds, you will go with 45 forward speed. But not even this 45 is not that crazy. It's not even 50, 55, how it was before. It's only 45, so they even nerfed the speed on the jet booster, which is now it's not that exciting anymore. The concealment, heavy tank concealment within 380 meters, which is good, considering we have here a heavy tank. So let's configure this tank, and let's go to the field modifications here. This at max level. I mean, this is just not good to select this, because now your gun will have 0.45 dispersion. Now we are getting close to an artillery dispersion value, definitely. Aim time 3.5, just outrageous. And maybe this can be good for to boost the view range, and that's it. The rest of this trash. So let's select now all the good crew skills what we can have for a heavy tank. This extra food here, and as I mentioned, let's talk about the demo. The shutter speed on this 860 meters per sec is good, but not. Yeah, it's okay. Definitely could be faster, 900, 960, 50, or so on. HE with 760 meters per sec shutter speed. It's like the E100 big gun shell type. It's really slow, and the enemy can even dodge this. slow shell. That's how slow it is. 760 is like throw guns have this kind of shell versus speed. So yeah, and can hurry up to 1k as I said, and this 813. So the cost of this tank is ammo is 1.3k for an AP shell. I mean, it's expensive. Daichi 7,200 for this trash shell with low penetration. I mean, yeah, really, really expensive. So the first slot is, we have here the survivability slot. Here I assume you will go with HP boost, as many other people do. Here, mobility or firepower. We can go with firepower if you want to boost the DPM of this tank, which is already low, and here you can go with stabilizer with this, or you can go with the turbo if you want with this at the mobility. Let's switch like this, mobility, but I assume you have the jet booster mechanic, so you don't want a turbo, so this is the only good way, firepower and this. Let's select this to improve the accuracy of this gun, but still 0.1, 3.1 aim time is long and 0.39 dispersion value. It's just outrageous. The DPM now is 1.9k, 1960, not even 2k. It's okay with HE, 2.4k now with HE, looks good. The DPM, if you can pan this means you will have 19.8 second reload time for a 650 alpha dimension. 19, almost 20 second reload for a 650 alpha dimension. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine? And for the HE same, I mean, you load for 20 seconds. So really, really bad. HP 1.7k, really good. The speed, as I said, and the ultra world speed is 34. Defender has 31, so definitely faster than the Defender on the turret and whole traverse speed. Concealment, heavy tank concealment, we range 441 now, it's good. So let's go now and check the armor of this tank, because they balanced really, really bad. So now the top of the tank is overmatchable with 128mm caliber guns, which the VK100 has tier 8 German heavy tank, or the Skoda T56, which has 130mm caliber gun, the tier 8 Czech premium heavy tank. This means these tanks can overmatch your top of the turret with any problem, AP or even the gold on or heat doesn't even matter. They can overmatch the top of the turret with easy pan. Now, if you are in hold down position like this, the top of the gun, which is elevating when you go into negative gun operation, it's just unpenetrable with any kind of ammo. I have here the Jack Panzer E100 with 420mm of heat penetration value. Not even a Jack Panzer E100 can pan you at this top of the gun, but why would you want to shoot here when you can pan straight through the turret? So for the Jack Panzer, it's not a big problem, but this is the thing about this. With heat, you can go through. With AP, nothing. Well, yeah, with AP actually can. So only for heat, they did this only to heat emission. With heat, you can go through, but with AP, you can go. So this means anything with 128 plus millimeter caliber gun can penetrate you in hold down position, but not with heat. With heat, you will be unpenetrable only with AP. So if you have 128 plus millimeter caliber gun, you can pen this tank in hold down position, and in normal position, the top of the turret is green, and you can pen it also. So really interesting thing. Let's continue the armor review. In the hull, lower plate 140mm, upper plate 240, 50, 45. So the armor is not that great anymore on this tank. That's how they balanced. Here 321, 320, close to the gun we have here 320, so the gun mantlet remain the same, 320, 20 here, so the actual turret of this tank is good. Other than that, it's not. Let's go now and check tank in side scraping position. The tank in theoretically good side scrape, but as you can see here is 228, which is penetrable. Let's switch here to gold ammunition. As you can see now, they will pan you in the side shoulder plate here, or here below the track. Assume this is a bug here, so that's why. Let's switch back here, check the side of this tank. Here we have in the turret 152 millimeter front, 458 here, 152, 560 here, 41. The gun is 41. The hull 152 here, 100, 100 all over. So the side is not that bad. Rear 60, 60, 60, 41. So the gun is 41 all over. The place here 150, 41, 500, 152, 50, 100, 100. So that one is not that bad overall, but the front, if you switch to gold ammunition, 248 for you, the tank, the whole tank is green. Lower plate, upper plate here, it's auto ricochet because of the AP normalization. That's why. So let's go, and as I said, in hold down position, you can't pan this tank with heat, so don't shoot heat here, or if you have enough heat to go through the turret here straight, yes, or switch to AP. And if you have more than 128mm caliber, you can just pan here. So this tank is just, in my opinion, this tank is really bad. Not even the fun factor of this tank, there is none, because as I said, you have to pan with 200, you have 225, and you're a heavy tank, you go against heavy tanks, and you will not be able to pan them. So yeah, this is, and you have a really long aim time, really bad gun. DPM is low, and what else? The speed in normal mode is only 30, which is again low. You have the jet booster, but that's only 4 times per 10 second for only 45 kilometers per hour. So yeah, the view range is good now with these boosters. But other than that, I don't know why Wargaming balanced these tanks so badly. Now it's just, as you can see, the turret in normal position in flat surface, the turret is tilted upwards, which means for 100, as I said, 128mm plus caliber guns, this is green. And yeah, really interesting balancing factor for this tank by Wargaming. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next upcoming videos.